Shakila. The play therapy. This is like by the same author who has written another book. It's mentioned on the book title also. If you see the first page, Dips in Search of Self. So
Yeah.
yeah, na? So I have that book. I've read that book also. Both the books, the play therapy and as well as the Dips in Search of Self. So it's a story, and it's a true story. That it's again a story of a boy who has lot of developmental issues and a lot of again a broken family and some issues and all that, and where this boy never used to talk and all, and how the just a free play, a space, when the space was given to this boy, how he discovers himself through just the play and a normal everyday play, nothing like going playing in the ground or with anybody, like simple with a kitchen set or a play dough or any other kind of thing, or with pebbles, with rocks or soil or something. So this is his school counselor provides him that platform. So how that play really helps this boy to come out and open up, and a different kind of personality of this child goes through that, the change, and he opens up. So that free play, what here even he's mentioning, is also about, as you said, nothing interruption, no directed. It's just the children are just playing freely with things, or without even toy also, just exploring something.
Yeah. Because I could relate more to that, because even myself have done that. So when I take my child to the park, so I tell them, don't play that.
Hmm.
So all these I had done it in my past. So yeah, just free play without any intervention. That is a
Without
bliss
any
for.
event. Yeah. Because I also remember and I can relate what you're saying. There was a time when Dhwani was very small. Even now, also sometimes she does that. She goes to park and she'll picks these stones and leaves. And sometimes there was a time she used to bring so much, the bag full of all these things. So I used to question where I'm going to keep all this at home. Where is the space for all this? So one time it came that we came up with this idea, okay, let me give you boxes. You do whatever you want to keep it in that. And she keeps doing. So she has this way of, collecting stones. So even like wherever on our road trips we are going, you won't believe it, in our car, there'll be some sticks coming from Udaipur. One stone is from Pune, one store is from somewhere else. So she has those things. Okay, this is from that city, this is from that city. And she sometimes doesn't even have an answer what she's going to do, but she just wants to bring and keep it. And then later, someday, she will bring everything out, and then she will have something to do with that. Now, also, she has that, thing. And it took me time to understand. Initially, I used to feel, Arey, itna kachra, who's going to keep all this at home? Where is the space to keep all that? But then I also started realizing that how they relate with things.
I also have a bunch of sticks. I mean, Pavan owns. And I said, now you're telling, I remember playing like this for years. I don't know until when. I mean, beyond my fifth grade or sixth, seventh, eighth, I don't remember. I kept playing like this. I remember doing
Yeah.
stuff.
I have boxes filled with stones of different cities of the country right now.
I used to throw away, like Ruchika, you said कि कचरा. I used to tell Mishti, क्या कचरा जमा कर रखा है तुमने? Like that, and I used to throw away things. So then she started hiding everything.
Yeah,
पीछे
same.
books के पीछे छुपा के रख देती थी.
Same here, same here. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
this May I gave Pavan boxes to put the stones, his sticks and all those stuff. So I think, yeah, it takes time to understand that. But I don't know why this is happening for us, because my parents did not question anything about these things. But why am I questioning my child that why are you keeping all these as
Yes, yes.
things like these inside home, why, how did I How did I get into this space of thinking like this? I don't understand
No,
though.
I totally get it what you're saying, because I also had this, because as a kid I also had certain habits to, collect. And I remember my brother used to collect balls, the cricket balls, different kind of balls, and he had a full bags filled with all that. And I remember my mother never questioned, never asked, why are you doing this? And I seriously feel, why am I questioning all these things? What is that, came into our heads now?
Childhood memories.
What, Anjali? Can't hear you.
Are you able to hear me?
Now it is, yeah. When you close to your
No. Okay. So we were in a village for 3 years. So by that time, then I developed. So it was very free play and all kinds of games we played there. Until the college life, I played a lot, and my father and mother didn't say anything. Okay, you need to learn, you need to go for classes or anything. So that childhood, it was very free play. So, and even father used to play with me chess and carom, but we never had any goal there. Okay, need to do some tournaments or anything. Just play. So, like Shakila and Ruchika, what you why am I thinking for our children? Myself. And still, I love to play, though I don't play much, but I still love to play.
Let's little zoom out also, maybe about the classes or some football or some badminton or some cricket that we play in the name of play. Is it really play? That kind of topic also is covered.
Adult is there. He mentioned that adult is in the picture when the child is playing.
Yeah, that's again a directed, like, not the child is exploring on its own. There are rules, there are some patterns to follow. Again, somebody is telling them what to do, what not to do. It's like that.
It happened with my experience with Arham. We used to play badminton during lockdown at home, in home space. But after lockdown, he said, okay, let me try with the class. Okay, we said, okay, let's approach. He went for 2 months, then again lockdown happened. Again, we approached right now, since before 1 month, 2 months. He's been there for a month, and after a month, he's saying, no, I don't, he stopped. He's not. But swimming is enjoying. He said he doesn't want to go for a swimming coach because he will ask me to do this. I have to go. So then I can relate, okay, huh? But there is some still inside, okay, if he's not going to badminton class, how will he be improving on these technical things? But now what, after hearing this, it says, okay, it's fine. Aram is enjoying as such. That's okay. And with the Aarohi sports car, there's a different experience there. So that's the fun of playing there.
Yeah, something similar happened with us also for swimming. Last summer, Dhwani showed some interest in swimming, and then we asked her, like, what do you want to, like, you want to join the classes or something? So we put her there. But then there, within few classes, her interest dropped, because coach used to force to go in a 6 feet, and there was actually very much forced learning. So we tried to tell the coach also, we are not in hurry, it's okay, let her learn, take her time. First she has to come out of that fear of water, all those things. But that didn't work. The coach was also not kind of very supportive and understanding there, and that dropped completely. Dhwani just lost the interest, and there was a days when she used to say, I'm not going there at all. And we also into a kind of thing, okay, no, go, we have paid the money and all those things. But then suddenly we realize, okay, what is it happening? It's a push and pull. The child is not learning, and the child is actually losing the interest. That is the most thing. And where she wanted to do, she was very much interested. We said, leave it, we'll not do it. Then we have a pool in our apartment. So this summer, on her own, she said, I want to go in the pool. Even if you don't want to come, you just sit there. And the pool is not very deep. On her own, this girl went and she started Now she swims, she learns, she's doing it. She's found her own ways to how to paddle, how to swim. Techniques, no, definitely not. But that fear and how do all those things. So again, the free moment was given, and the magic happened. Kind of.
It happened with my elder one. We put him into swimming classes because we wanted to teach him, but he started developing the fear of water. Then as we shifted to our own apartment, so there is swimming pool. So then he started like Dhoni explored on her own. So he learned by himself. Okay, slowly, slowly. That's a free play. No burden, no push. Self-control. What he was talking about, self-control, self-problem solution, finding out the groups. Neighborhood also he mentioned that. Also interesting. Neighborhood, build a neighborhood connection.
That play in the neighborhood, which is somewhere lost now.
Yeah, that typical style. How much will you play, man? How much time do you want? Come up, do this, that is like pending and all of that. So, so that going down and playing with friends openly, freely, and deciding on their own, on their own what game I want to play, which all they like. Negotiating with each other, okay, let's play this for some time and that for some time and this and that, and some variations in all those games and all of that, and taking instant decisions on that. That's the power of play, I suppose.
I used to hide and come after 6:37. Parents will be there, and I'll come through kitchen, and then I'll go to bathroom and finish everything, and finally only after 7:30 they'll see me. But in Bangalore, they get this, the apartment people where the society is there, they have this opportunity still. So, like my kids go to play and they do all these things now also. So that is one benefit of staying in society, like apartment or society, is what I feel. Because initially I was staying in that like one apartment where only one block was there and some apartments were there. Nobody was there. It was alone, and we cannot, just below the apartment, the main road will be there. We cannot leave the kids like that. So that is one benefit I feel of staying there. If we go to our native, it's like again individual houses and nobody knows each other, like who stays in the other house. So it's difficult in individual houses.
What I feel, why Viraj learned swimming, because I was not there. Because if I would have been there, probably he won't be able to learn swimming. All the time, ध्यान रखो, ध्यान रखो, ध्यान रखो, and like kind of he was with his father, so he learned swimming so beautifully. He on his own he learned backflipping also, underwater also, and now he's telling मतलब धमकी भी to me कि तुम ये नहीं करोगी मेरा काम तो मैं तुम्हें नहीं सिखाऊंगा. Now he is like I'm your teacher now. If you want to learn swimming with me, so you have to do this thing to me. Otherwise, I won't teach you.
Sometime I also feel when this child shows some interest in something, whether it is swimming, badminton, football, or anything, we sometimes we jump into a thought process. Oh, child is showing interest, now child has to learn. Immediately to that we feel, okay, child is showing interest in cricket, let's put the child into a coaching, or let me teach the child, or child has to just find some, maybe just child wants to just know for that particular moment about that particular play, game, or anything. So it just somewhere it comes from our head that the learning has to happen even if the child is just showing the interest. Yeah, because I've really seen this with Dhwani, you know, jumping, hopping from one interest to the other interest. There was a time I used to feel, "Arey, abhi ye kiya, ab chhod diya, ab ye kiya, ab wo chhod diya." Now I'm also understanding she's showing interest. That doesn't mean that she wants to learn. She just wants to see. She just wants to try. So I think it's again a kind of a play exploration or free exploration for them.
Not only learning, Ruchika, 10 years later, oh, he has to be there kind of thought process. Stories get created. Oh, 10 years later, he'll be doing this.
Yeah. The mind,
yeah.
our mind starts, you know, working. Okay, after this, then this, then this. You know, and if they're in within 2 minutes, child is forgotten. in his own mind, okay, maine dekha, I've just seen, fine, it's okay, it's cool, I'm done. And we are still sitting and building 10 years stories from now. So yeah, true. Today only some discussion we were having in the evening, me and Kalyan. So we were just thinking, okay, maybe she's just showing an interest for a moment. Maybe she doesn't want to do like this. Let's see. We'll talk to her. We'll see what it is. So it's like again for us to remind us also all the time, you know, that way.
In video also he shared about the creating a space, free space for the child to adventure place. And this was one aspect. Marbles and cycle pictures was there in his pictures.
So I think it is also about yeah, we are, I mean, when child is allowed to explore anything on themselves, we are creating we are letting them experience what is happening around in their perspective. So I just remembered this small thing from my life. So when I was in my school, my cousin and myself were in the same class, but we were always like not in good terms. So we were always like not getting along like that. And so my mom never came and interrupted there. What happened between you? What is it like that? And her mom and my mom are still like good friends. In fact, I mean, my cousin also has a very good relationship with my mom. It still continues, but she never interrupted in the way we were actually in a relationship. Like still that, I mean, now we are kind of settled down at 40, but my mom never came and asked, or they never had a talk on what they are doing, why are they like not in good terms and all those. So she just let me experience that, and still now I'll just tease her, okay, she is like a daughter-in-law for her. So did you talk to your daughter-in-law? Did you like do this and all, talk with her and all those stuff? Yeah, she just kind of smiles and tells what they talked about. And I'm with my experience. And my brother also, everyone in my family, she gels with all of them, but we never have good. But now it has become fun actually.
Yeah, remembering our memories of our students, but they'll be carrying.
I think one of
I mean,
the
that
problems with modern world is we have become so scared, like he said, Well, maybe someone is a predator or a child molester kind of a. We fear when we were kids. I don't know, all these jargons we were not aware. Maybe that was one of issues we had, but we can't leave our kids alone. I mean, I remember as a kid going alone. I mean, crossing streets, going to 2 or 3 different streets. Sometimes barefoot with some friends. I can't even imagine. My kids, someone going just 2 streets, and we are worried. Or okay, maybe the kid should carry some mobile or some GPS tracking. You know. What will happen? Maybe the situation has changed, but still that fear is there. Once if that fear is there, I don't know how we can let them have free play. What is talking?
I think the problem was olden times we never tell our parents. Now we know everything. That's why we are scared. Is what I think.
We make sure we know. I mean, other day there's a situation where my daughter and her friend, they were talking something. Somewhere her behavior was not right. So we started trying to counsel. Why you're doing this? You should not do this. Maybe this is not the right way. I mean, actually, looking back, we are not supposed to even bother. I mean, there were so many conversations we had where we were someone misbehaved with us or we misbehaved with someone. But we learned. I mean, when we were wrong, the world told us the right place. So we should not worry that if we do not tell, we do not show them right direction, they will fail.
I kind of missed a bit of it, but what I want to add is it is also about, like, I don't know, little bit of letting them know also the safety concerns and empowering them. So it is like, if I don't know swimming, um, I mean, and my father thought that if I fall in a well, I might get drowned. So he taught me swimming. So it is like that, letting us know of the safety concerns and empowering ourselves. So yes, there are. I still feel that the safety concerns are more now compared to what was it earlier, because the same streets have so much of traffic these days where we played. So even in the streets where I played have so much of traffic. I cannot let my child play there. I will not. So, but um, telling him to find a safer place to play, um, and telling him how to find that place might help.
But to add on to that, how long will we like tell this, and how long can we walk behind them? There are like so many places where you cannot help.
You mean safe places, unsafe places?
Like for example, what I have realized is once they are in school, now they are not in school, but once they are in school, we don't know what all places they are going to, what all situations they are put into. There are places where we cannot even help, and so telling them is one thing, but how far they can keep away from such situations is, I don't know how far it can happen.
Yes, definitely. We cannot be there in every place, but what I think is we talk about it like kind of the safe places around, and what are the indicators for an unsafe place. It may differ from person to person. So as a family, I might think something as unsafe. As a person, I might think something as unsafe, which may not. Someone may not. So talking about that may help. So
Yeah, enjoy separation needs to be there. Because nowadays, like the traffic, not easy to let the child go and look for the roads. It's so huge traffic. some such places where we can leave the child on its own. Like that.
So for this traffic thing, Dhwani, last 1 year, 1.5 years, she started, cycling on the road. So she slowly gained that interest on cycling on the road, and sometime on her own alone, like we are walking and she's cycling, or sometime I used to go along with her cycling, because we, as a family, we are into cycling and running and all that. So now from few months, she goes for a chess class twice in a week, and the class is not very far, but there are two traffic signals on the way. So traffic is very, very hot. One of the signal, it's very chaotic. There are 5 outlets and the vehicles come, how once it gets green, how people, rush kind of thing. So this girl was behind me from a very long time that, Mama, I want to go alone for my class. I want to cycle and go there till the class. And it's just some 10 minutes, 15 minutes cycling from here. So initially I was like, okay, there are 2 signals. How will she manage? What will she do? So I started, telling her. Initially I was like pushing the idea. But then slowly she said, no, maybe one day you come with me, you see how I'm doing, and then, or something, she said, you come with me. Either you come with a scooty or you come with a cycle or something. You just let me do this. So she did. Now for that, before that, she made a plan that every morning, she used to get up 6:30 in the morning. Every morning she used to cycle till there. So morning the traffic was not much, but she slowly learned how to, cross that traffic thing when it is green or when it is red, when to wait. On her own, she made her whole plan. So this whole practice she did for 1 month. On its, she made a plan. She took the inner lanes to learn the way where she can avoid the main street, the main road. And now, very confidently, on her own, like twice a week, she's going. And she comes home and she tells me, Mama, this happened today. So I did like this. Traffic was like that. So, as what you're also saying, Shakila and Anju, that they will sometime, I was very worried. Seriously, I was very worried because traffic is horrible on that road. But then a lot of people ask me question, are you not scared? Are you not scared? I said, I'm actually not scared, but you guys are making me more scared, asking me this question. Are you not scared? Are you not scared? But then I realized once I let her be, it's okay. Even if you fall, we'll see what to do. We'll definitely figure out that. But go. So she slowly started understanding, and the traffic rules. So many signs and everything, she's also exploring in that way. So at least one day she cycled on her own till 6 kilometers and all those things. So somewhere I feel that helped her early, at least. So I kept my fear with me and I let her go. Okay, go, try.
And also, I mean, maybe it's a little bit different perspective. So, by depriving them of play and all these, then they are actually there are classes too for learning even the simplest things which we learn just like that at home. There are so many classes for so many simplest things which we have done. So it is like when I was in my, I mean, when this Miss World and Miss Universe, Aishwarya Rai, Priyanka Chopra, and all these were continuously a lot of people, no? I read an article that these are being continuously chosen from India to basically promote all the beauty products and all those. So I think this same thing is continuing. It is with education or whatever also, that to promote all these stuff, a lot of things. I mean, time is not given for play. So there's a separate space created for play, and you pay for that even for the simplest thing. So I think that's also a corporate thing which is happening. I mean, a different perspective though.
They reduced to fast by 1 grandma, then grandfather. Then it used to pass from the generation to next generation.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
freely. But nowadays it's like a class, higher class.
Yeah.
So it was like someone from the family or someone knows or teaching or anything that used to pass it by itself. Practicing, okay, roti making, simple roti making, cooking also. Now there was no classes earlier. They used to teach
Yeah.
them doing together and learning. Nowadays, just
Yeah, and some things are learning by self also. You just learn by yourself. Like climbing a tree. Now you go to a resort and climb a tree.
Yeah, there is the thing. Or in a mall, you will find that climbing wala.
Yeah.
Climbing world.
So simplest things are made costly. Just like
In Mumbai, there is a kids area. There it has been created a structurally, okay, fire brigade, it was kitchen, in a small scale. It's good. So we went there and said, okay, now purposely it's created those experiences in kids area. So it's like at kids level, but natural and normal and then artificial. After school, you're mentioning, after school, there are the extracurricular activities, drawing, sports, karate, badminton, swimming. In like we chose as a family open learner, so not that much pressure at least we had. But if I see other parents, as soon as the child comes from the school, one after one, extracurricular tuitions, then learning language. So it's all packed up.
yeah, poor thing. My Adi doesn't find friends on Wednesdays when I'm at home because his friends go to classes, and Friday
Classes,
evening
yeah.
also he doesn't find anyone. So
Yeah, they have a schedule fixed. Okay, this time that classes. At least one class they will be having after the school.
yeah.
Neurological, there is science perspective also must be there in that. Okay, when you play and when you have fun, so there is a hormone secretion of happy hormones and that dopamine and all those things. So that happens, and so when you feel joy in doing that, automatically your brain works in a different directions. That maybe there is a this connection between the science. So that anxiety, depression, what you were mentioning, okay, anxiety, depression is rise. So when you have a joy playing freely, no burden, no pressure, no goals set, no nothing, just play. So at the present moment, you're at the present moment. That's it.
And
So
without
science.
without the interruption of adults.
Without it, because the adult comes with the mind, okay, there is need to be followed, this needs to be followed, this needs to be.
Yeah, not only that, also as like just now Kalyan also mentioned something, where the children are playing and when they fight, sometimes we as adults or parents start coming in or interrupting to, okay, this behavior is not right, that behavior, start teaching them. See, when we were growing, no one told us. We just learned on our own. Even if I'm not talking to a friend for some time, next day we will be friends back again. We'll forget it. And kids are like that. So there are no egos. Unnecessarily, we adults come in between and we'll try to give those kind of, emotions to them, which they hardly know at that age actually. So that sometimes brings different kind of aspects to their play because we are putting into their heads actually.
So when I try to transfer my gyan to Mishti, then she's like, कि आप कितने साल के हो गए हो? 42. Acha. So you have learned this when? Just in last 3 years. Okay, let me live for 40 years and then I'll come back to you.
The point. She has a point, And at least she gives you that dhwani is like, say, okay, okay, मुझे समझ आ गया. I know. If I हो गया, enough हो गया. She tells me that.
So, Akila, you want to read any page of that book, or we discuss and then we read it next time?
Or next time, because there's a lot to read. So, but I
Okay.
really want to read actually, to get everyone's perspective also.
Hmm.
Next week, let's see.
You should read this other book. There's another that Dips in Search of Self. The front cover is gone. It's a very old print. It's very original print. So I read this book long back, and many of my therapy sessions when I used to work with children, I have used this play therapy, and it really works. It really works. One of a client, I remember one child who has lot of speech issue. So in my room, I used to do this play things with him, the play doh and small toys and all, which has really helped him to talk and articulate things. He was I remember some 6 or 7 year old child, and he has speech delay was there for him. So this is after this, read this also, Dips in Search of Self. That's also
I don't have that, so I invite you to.
I'll if you want, I can give you. I have this. Only the front page is
No.
gone.
I think you can read that.
Yeah. So I read this long back, years back. So maybe I'll read it. I might read it again and share something.
Shakila, read first that book and then we'll get up.
Yeah.
I'll read play therapy next
Finish
week.
that first.
If
Yes.
that's okay.
Yes.
I mean,
This week can we think about, okay, let's observe free play का क्या effect होता है? I'm thinking, not doing.
Anjali
Yeah,
voice.
Did you hear me properly?
No.
What did I means? For this week, I'm thinking to observe where the child is having a free play and where I'm interfering. So just observing this.
And how much are you interrupting? You have to observe
where
that
am I interrupting? That observing also, I'm observing me also. Okay, am I interrupting there in his free play? And am I holding, or is there any self-observation?
And
Okay.
also,
By free play, do you mean only like some playtime for 1 hour or the whole day? What do you mean by that?
Whole day also can be okay. He's at 8 years, 9 years, like whole day, no issues. But with the screen time, I'll
So I think whole day, something or the other thing now they're doing. So like for us now, it's 1.5 to 2 months kind of thing for Aarohi. And now Dhwani is slowly, understanding that she needs to plan a day or do something kind of thing. So so for me also, as Preeti said, observing on yourself also how much we are going and interrupting. So that also has kind of, it reduced from my side also in some point. Like I know she's doing something. So there was a day I just went in and I saw she was laptop was open and she was writing something. And then I asked her what I like, just peeped in what is she doing. So she just said, I'm writing a song because I want to learn this song. So it's again as self exploration, and whole day she did that, whole day, just one activity, writing the song only from the laptop. Some, I think, this believer song. So she wanted to learn this believer song and she wrote the whole, and she filled pages. And I was like wondering whole day she was doing that. So there, for me, I was reminding myself, it's okay, let her do one day, one activity. She's doing something. Initially, it was not there. Initially, I used to feel, Hare, Sara, then whole day you're doing one only. Why don't you go on something else? Why don't you do that? So, but something is happening now. So that was there.
That brings another question. Is it important to all the time do something?
That is also a good question. Some days nothing is also important.
That brings another question. Is it good that the whole day you sleep and lazy down?
I feel
Sometimes I do that personally.
Even I do sometime. Like today I had couple of calls to receive and make. You won't believe it. Morning art session we had. Since morning, I'm sitting here only on my dining table, receiving the calls and doing just nothing, only mandala. Since morning, I did 2 paintings, like seriously. And it was such relaxing for me. And I'm sitting here receiving call, listening music, and just sitting here only.
But you're doing something. There is an output. There's sometimes.
I don't know. This was also like something like, I left everything which was important. I said, let me do this today. So,
But still,
okay.
did
Yeah,
this.
if you look at it that way, okay.
There in my hand. See, I did this. But sometimes we and everybody do not want to do anything. They might just
Your
sitting
voice,
on, then
your voice broke.
Voice is break.
Your voice broke.
Sometime.
Just sitting on the bed, she said, I guess.
sometimes they're just on
Preeti, switch off your video, Preeti. We cannot hear you.
Switch off your video. Video switch off karo.
Abhi, now?
आवाज अच्छी है
sometimes
प्रीति गायब
अरे मैं थक गई बताओ बोल बोल के तुम लोग को कितना बार सुनूं
बोल दे अभी बोल दे जो बोल रही हूँ कंप्लीट
मैं कह रही हूँ कि sometimes also they will be like a whole day maybe sleeping, whole day maybe listening only to songs and nothing else, like only like maybe doing really nothing, sitting on sofa and just staring here and there. What will we think and do?
I generally, what my experience, I take that one day. So one day I don't do anything, nothing. I just relax. Only regular work for needed, jo hai cooking, eating, then I'm just resting, nothing. Even sometimes I drop the phone also. I don't know that I do.
Even I try.
नहीं तो okay है. फिर बच्चा कर रहा है तब क्या करेंगे?
हाँ? बच्चा करेगा हाँ Arham does and at least in our family Arham today is on a resting time, so he clearly mentioned in the morning I'm not going to do anything today, I'm on a rest. What he has authorizing from me. So today he didn't do anything, he was just lying on the sofa watching phone doing, and he played with his friend. So he does, and even my husband also does take one day.
And
so husband see
Shakila is, I think, saying something.
And Ruchika, I wanted to tell you that you were just freely playing around with your pen today. Free play with pen.
Free play with pen.
Yeah.
No interruption.
No interruption. Yeah, that was the most important thing. Dhwani is at campus, so no interruption.
No mental interruptions.
Mental interruption. Yeah, as what Preeti said, even if she doesn't interrupt, my mind would have been thinking all the time, I'm here, but what is she doing? So it's also in our mind also that for us, we have those days doing nothing, but are we ready to give that day to the child? Chalo, I also have to leave now. Morning, I have to get up early morning. I have to leave by 6 o'clock in the morning. I have to pick up Dhwani back again tomorrow.
Bye.
Chalo, then. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.